Good day and welcome to 97%, a show where we keep it real, at least 97% of the time. Well, 100% technically. And of course, today we have our usual host,
Besem Juliet.
Jaika Chantal.
Today, our topic is something that I think everyone should decry: rape. Unfortunately, it keeps recurring and recurring. This is an issue which I think the celebrities, everyone who matters, should lend a voice to this cause. It's so hurtful to hear the stories we hear about women being raped every day in different parts of the world. This is not about Cameroon, it's not about Bamenda, it's about the concept of rape. Why should a man condescend, bring himself that low, let that animal part of him take control of him? And unfortunately, some people have the balls, the guts to blame these women. Why was she dressed this way? What was she doing this way? The moment you start apportioning blame to a woman who was sexually assaulted, you are telling the rapist, you have an excuse to do this. Now, Jackie, what do you have to say to those men who say, wait a minute, men are moved by sight, and when a woman is dressed scantily or indecently, in quotes, things like that can happen? What do you have to say?
I don't think there is much to say which hasn't been said yet about this rape thing. It's become too much of a topic. It has been belabored. Everything has been said about it. Now, what we need is to hammer those same things in. A woman has a right to her body.
Simple.
Whenever, wherever she wants to be.
Exactly.
Putting on whatever, it is her right. It is so bad that a woman cannot walk along the street, even during the day, and then a man is walking behind her and she doesn't stop from time to time to look if he is still coming. She slows down and waits for the man to pass before she can keep walking. Women are so insecure. Yeah. A woman wants to put on her beautiful dress and show up somewhere, but she's so scared, like, if I expose too much skin, I might not come back to my house.
Your skin.
Can you believe
The
that?
question is, what is it about it? What makes you a man apart from self-control, self-will, self-control? How do you define yourself as a man if you cannot control yourself? If you don't have that self-will? And when I hear some people find it pleasurable when they have sex, rape, when they rape, when it's the use of force,
when it's violent.
That's
just disgusting.
So that could be, it's really disgusting. That could be one of the reasons why it doesn't even, it's irrespective of what you wear. How do you explain the children that grow up and you have nannies molesting them? How do you explain that they were not dressed in the sexy
and they
way?
are children, honey. They are children.
I mean, it's the...
So, what is it about? Because, okay, for argument's sake, let's say this girl dressed this way and you were sexually harassed and you couldn't control yourself. Mm-hmm. For argument's sake, let's say that was something. Well, how do you justify that with a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old,
a 6-month-old?
How do we justify this? Because I hear a lot of people say cultism. I don't know. It just sounds stupid. Even the whole concept of cultism sounds stupid to me. Because in as much as we will condemn this, we will say all this. One of the things I want us to equally look about. What do you think? What do you think we can do on our part as talk show personalities as a form of a solution to this? Besides just keep condemning this in the strongest possible term, what do you think we can do to make a difference?
We have to talk about it. If it happens to you, I understand that most times unfortunately, when somebody, a victim of rape reports the case or talks to an elderly person, there's always that possibility to shut the person
Cover
down.
up.
Yes,
Cover up.
it's very wrong. We have to talk about it as much as possible.
Especially when it
bring-
happens within a family.
Exactly. We have to bring the people down and talk to them, or some sort of punish them for whatever they're doing. We have to talk about it and keep talking about it. And I think, men, there is no excuse. What sex is the most available thing.
At worst, there are prostitutes out there. At worst, there is a prostitute out there.
For 1,000
Less than that.
500 francs.
If you're that thirsty, you cry in front of them. Let me just share this experience with you.
Yeah.
My niece used to have a restaurant at the Mobiunquen. We all know that's a hot spot for that.
Yeah, yes.
So some of these ladies, prostitutes, or as they call them, in Koloyamo, they used to come to this place to eat. And I remember one evening I was there and I saw this guy talking to this lady, and he was like, I beg again at 700. The girl was like, no, now 1,000. The guy was begging, and I
felt for the guy.
I was like,
Did you want to take his place?
no, seriously. I was like, come
You
on.
wanted to be the girl.
No, to top up the money.
It was so fun.
Why did he not? Wait, did he succeed?
I don't know how it ended, but because the girl, they kind of moved away from.
You know, back to this rape thing. Please. Rape is rape, and it is a crime.
It is.
Don't be scared to talk.
Never.
Be it your uncle, your aunt, your father. I even hear it goes right down to incest between father and daughter.
It does.
So you see your daughter and you lust after her to the extent of having to rape her.
And you
and
married.
you call it occultism.
That's not occultism.
Damn occultism. I don't see that as occultism.
Look,
also, I want to think that this rape thing, I don't know how some people understand it in the inverse, or I don't know. But if you are raped, go out there and talk.
You have to talk.
Some people hide it because they want to preserve their thing. It's a thing of shame.
Exactly. It's a trauma that runs
It's
across.
you up from inside.
It could take you. It could take exactly. It could take your whole life
Of
for you
course.
to yes.
Yes.
So you have to talk about it. You have to talk to somebody. You have to look for a way to feel better. And even help those men, because when you talk about it, you help somebody else, somebody that felt shy or somebody that did not feel comfortable enough. You have to talk about it. You have to fight.
It helps.
And
It heals. It's healing.
heals.
Talking about it is
one
healing.
of the steps.
And there are several organizations out there that help women who have been through this.
Yeah.
And look, it looks like we're talking. Just try to remember we're talking. We keep using the term rape. The reason is because sometimes it occurs both ways. The worst case with men is men who are raped never ever want to talk about it. I mean, how do you stand in front of your friends to say, I was raped? So men have to deal with this.
If you were raped,
Listen,
you were raped.
as a man, if you are sexually abused by another man or woman,
Talk.
no matter how much you feel inside there, talk to someone. There is one person you can always talk to. And as a girl, if you are raped, this is what you should do.
Yeah.
Do not rush home to take a bath. You need to report it at the police and go to the hospital. This process is very important. There was a case. I was walking home one day, and this girl grabbed a man.
Yeah.
Said, "This is the man who raped me." It was around how do you call this place? Ademetas.
Okay.
And people came in and they started beating this guy. And some people were like, "Wait! How do we know
That
he
he
did
raped
this?"
her.
Yeah.
That is the same question
There's no
that will be
evidence.
asked in court. They will need to know, especially in Cameroon, our court system. They will need to find out this. Again, there's this undertone of victimizing,
Yeah.
which happens even right in our court system. So, however, we need to look at it like, of course, anybody can just get up and say this person raped me. That's the reason why they ask some of these
Where's the
questions.
proof?
Yeah.
And that's the more reason why, if you are raped, you should report it to the police, see a medical doctor, samples are collected and kept. And this is what will be used if you eventually find this person to send the person behind bars.
I want to add something additionally. I think for a very long time, we women who have perpetrated the act where we like a man asking us out, giving us his request for a long time before we finally say yes. That's one of the reasons why they say the idea of when they say no is no. As a woman, when you say no, I understand that feelings grow, but be very fervent in your no, because there's that tendency that when you say no, you just might say yes. Have you know how maybe when we're growing up, there's a situation where you be like, okay, don't touch me, then after you start giving yourself into the relationship, something like that. So you have to be fervent in your no, so that when you say no, the man takes your no for no. Don't say no when you mean yes, or you want him to assume that.
Well,
there's that tendency.
I don't care whether the girl is saying no with his mouth and his eyes are doing yes. Stay away. She said no. Simple. That doesn't give you any excuse to abuse her.
It doesn't.
I mean, imagine, just reverse it. So you're a man and a man was approaching you and you were like, hey, stop that. Stop being gay around me. And then the man saw that like you were saying yes and rapes you. Try to picture that.
Yeah.
So there's just no excuse.
There is this thing men will say, you ask it like, you read some of these things on social media, and a guy, and you hear an excuse, the guy says, I raped her because I'd been spending a lot of money on her, and then she didn't want to give in.
Yes.
My question,
Payback or something.
were you forced, were you coerced to spend your money on her?
Exactly.
What do you people think out there, you guys out there, what do you think? That a man spends his money willfully on a woman and then rapes her because she refused to give in to sex?
Hell no. And rape cuts across. There is spousal rape.
Yes.
Of course, intramarrital rape.
Their wives. There is the concept of consent. I know people
will
go crazy like, hey, I won't pay dowry there. No. Hell no. You don't. Remember, there is this thing, ownership. That's one of the, I think that's equally one of the issues that is of ownership. The concept of I own. You don't own anybody.
Yes.
The only person you own in this world is yourself. Period. Whether you pay dowry or whatever, you don't own the person. You paid that and got into a partnership. And that's why divorce is a concept that exists. It's real. That means you have no right to force yourself on someone. If the person doesn't accept, it has to be consensual. And women, if you accept a relationship, you go to his room, you do whatever you're doing with him, and something happens, be careful to draw the line with you agreed, you put yourself into this, or you were raped.
Yeah.
Don't get things twisted. However, if the woman says no and you force yourself on her, you are a rapist. And to that, we say no. Thank you guys very much for today. There's a lot we could say about rape, but again, keep it on the comment section. We will try to respond to your comments, and we'll keep this topic going and keep condemning this hideous act.
Stay safe, guys.
Do not be afraid.
Talk to someone. Thank you.